Hi, everyone, and welcome to Angel Healing House, and welcome to episode number 211 of Walk In Angel Ariel's Weekly Wisdom for this upcoming week of June 1st through June 6th, 2025. My name is Claire Candy Hoff, and my name is also Angel Ariel, as I had an angelic walk-in experience on January 11th of 2003, which I write about in my award-winning #1 Amazon International bestseller, I Am an Angelic Walk-In, the autobiography of Angel Ariel. I'd like to thank everyone who has liked and shared, subscribed to my Claire Candy Hoff YouTube channel. It doesn't cost anything to become a subscriber, and when you become a subscriber, you will receive a notification when I upload new videos. I'd also like to thank those people who have made generous donations to my PayPal account. And if you would like to donate for my free content, I have left my PayPal link in the description box down below with all of my contact details for my remarkable business, Angel Healing House Healing Practice. If you are interested in finding out more, please go to my website, which is angelhealinghouse.com. Now here on Walk In Angel Ariel's Weekly Wisdom, we do pull tarot cards, Lenormand cards, oracle cards. Sometimes we pull runes, but before we get to any of that, we always look first into the astrological heavens to see what planetary and celestial energies and events will be affecting us as a collective here on planet Earth. Now, to start with, we're going to take a look back to last week, to a powerful planetary event which is really a big deal, as it will be affecting the collective, not just for a few days, but it will not just for a few days, not just for a few weeks, not just for a few months, but for the next 29 years. Saturn, as many know, the planet of karma, the bringer of challenging yet important lessons, it moved into determined, willful, fiery sign of Aries. Now, this is a big deal, as it's dissolving things that have ruled our lives forever. Things like victimhood, thinking that we needed to be a savior for other people, a savior for the world, a feeling like we needed to sacrifice our own happiness and dreams for others. Instead, the new energy now poses us with an absolute 0-point energy of selfhood, not from superiority or ego, but from the standpoint of full embodiment of our soul's sovereign authority and mastery. And my gosh, it does feel good. Think about it. Those decisions that we made since 1999, like who we stayed with and who we walked away from, the risks we took, the patterns we repeated, the habits we broke, and of course, all of those generosities and kindnesses that we offered when no one was looking, these are all part of the karmic return of energy now. The posse of angels is reassuring us that nothing, absolutely nothing, went unnoticed, and that now is the time when many, many of us will be repaid with those rewards, blessings, and gifts. The posse of angels, my angelic family, who I am part of, we're reminding everyone that all the, in quotes, seemingly little things that we did actually were not that little after all. And they're now coming back around. They are lovingly reminding us that the times we spoke the truth, when it would have been a heck of a lot easier for us to remain silent, especially about the safe and effective narrative, when so many were ostracized and demonized for trying to alert and help others. Think back to the times when we offered our time, we offered our efforts, our energy, and yes, even our money, when we ourselves were suffering personally and financially. And of course, all those times we chose healing, forgiveness, compassion, understanding, and love instead of anger, judgment, drama, and chaos. These are all now being repaid, and the rewards will start to appear. Although we never did these things for any rewards or blessings, we did them because they were the heartfelt, moral things to do. Perhaps we'll be offered job opportunities that suit us absolutely perfectly. Perhaps we'll be offered and connected with relationships, both romantic, friendship-wise, and business partnerships that feel like win-win situations. The Posse of Angels is sharing that many are now entering a new era where we will see manifest from all that we have built, all of those energies that we have built. Then when we did our healing and clearing and cleansing, and all we chose were unconditional love, forgiveness, and compassion. Saturn spends about 2.5 years in each sign of the zodiac, and the last time it was in Aries was about 28 years ago. Saturn entering Aries is not about building anything on old foundations, but starting literally from scratch with bold courage, bravery, independence, and great clarity, knowing that we are now in a completed, liberated cycle from those past karmic cycles. With Aries being the first and the leader sign of the zodiacal wheel, the astrological wheel starts with Aries, we could be inspired to begin something new and step into leadership roles. And we are still very much under the energies of that auspicious new moon in Gemini that occurred on May 27th. That new moon is favorable, it's promising, because it has offers, opportunities, and proposals written all over it. This new lunar cycle is like a breath of fresh air as it lifts the heaviness of the previous lunar cycle in very grounded Taurus that was a bit stressful for many. This new moon in Gemini is conjunct with Mercury and also with Jupiter. Jupiter is also in Gemini, so it'll be giving a mystical boost of air, fresh energy to anything that we initiate now. Those themes like, for instance, writing, publishing, media, presentations, communications of all sorts under this Mercury-Gemini connection. Things like, especially online, will get that extra energy surge now. With so much changing as we enter a completely new world, these Gemini opportunities will usher in for many, again, those offers and opportunities to become active participants in this changing world. As we enter this completely new era here on planet Earth, where we have the chance to shine our radiance brighter than we ever did. The Posse of Angels is feeling some fear, and they are feeling some trepidation as we ask the obvious question, but I don't know what that looks like. And they are answering, but you don't have to know. God, Source, Creator, and your angels and your spirit guides know very well what that looks like. Therefore, all we need to do now is open ourselves to be led by Spirit and allow ourselves to be curious, to discover, to learn new things, and to stay open in a very Gemini way. So here we are, everyone, in June. Happy June, everyone, for tomorrow. To quote Oscar Hammerstein's lyrics in the Broadway show Carousel, June is busting out all over. I don't know about you, but the first 5 months of 2005 for me seemed like a blur, as I, like many others, were dealing and still dealing with being presented with people and events that made sure that we wrapped up the last vestiges of those former pesky, challenging, for many very difficult karmic cycles that seemed like determined, pesky mosquitoes that just would not go away. But with those karmic cycles now done, as we have been in a time of reset all this week, it's over. It's finito. June's energies are charging the air with crystalline frequencies, waking up the body and realigning our minds and spirits with higher elevated energies. This is not an announcement of their arrival, but a statement that many in the collective are now fully integrating these energies into every single corner of our existence, and we'll see evidence of them in the new realities that will quite magically manifest. This is because we're no longer waiting for the shift. It's because we suddenly realize, it suddenly dawns on us that we are the shift. In many ways, June marks a month of transition where we will feel the compelling duo of love and money with the beneficial strengths of both Venus and Jupiter. The planet Mercury will help us bring in exciting communications and information to help direct us on our new paths. And Mars, well, God bless warring Mars. Mars will finally move on after months of elevated tension. And with Mars moving on, June will bring in, yes, more softness. While Mars was about closing out those karmic cycles, June will be about breakthroughs and revelations. With June being the 6th month, 6 represents love, nurturing, harmony, and balance after the challenges of number 5. The first half of June will move very fast with the help of Gemini's air energy, as we witness more and more of the falling of the old, crumbling, dark paradigm matrix, and there'll be much that will be revealed. And then, mid-month, the sun will mark the beginning of the solstice, when we shift from our Gemini mentally overthinking to deep emotional feeling when we enter Cancer season. But we'll speak more on Cancer season later on. On June the 5th, we have Venus entering Taurus, where she feels comfortable and at home. The energy will help to restore harmonious divine order to our bodies, our senses, and to our value and sense of self-worth. When we're really home, in just how beautiful we are, both inside and out. We don't ask permission of anyone, or we don't wait for any expected circumstances to manifest, but we devote ourselves to consistently tuning into what nourishes and nurtures us and what gives us abundance rather than what depletes us. This transit is more than just nurturing ourselves physically, but it's very much about loving ourselves enough to release unprocessed pain and inherited guilt. If our nervous system is not regulated, then our body does not feel safe, and our decisions will be determined by lack rather than full alignment and resonance. Venus in Taurus will reveal where we are not in alignment around those themes of money, self-respect, and our sensuality. Then, on June the 8th, we will go from Mercury in Gemini, which is about logic and mentally over-calculating, overthinking, figuring things out, to deeply feeling soul communications when Mercury goes and enters Cancer. Whereas we could rationalize and justify the heck out of our emotions when we were in Gemini, but Cancer literally has us getting into our hearts, the heart of the matter, making sure our words match our energies, and our energies match our words. Remember that our inner child is always listening, along with our angels, our spirit guides, and ancestors. All our communications now, and the stories that we repeat, can either liberate us, or they can entrap us in those old programming and those old beliefs of our ancestral and generational lineage. Now, the posse of angels wish to share that the reason why so many in the collective are experiencing a lighter energy, a sense of freedom, a giddiness perhaps, is because they have raised their vibrations to such an elevated extent that they have jumped timelines from what we previously expected to happen in our former lower vibrational frequencies to now experiencing something very new to manifest. Posse of Angels wish to remind us that jumping timelines for many feels in many ways like grieving, for we are in the process of letting go of our previous timelines. Excuse me. And before we can land in our new timelines, our old timelines must exit. We must become conscious that every thought is either reinforcing our former lower energetic version or it's enhancing our new evolved higher dimensional conscious version. We are in the driver's seat. To help us to quantum jump into new timelines, we must stop recycling the former energetic version of ourselves. For many, this meant victimhood or blaming anything else but taking responsibility for our lives and our choices and decisions, perhaps choosing to see that we are living in scarcity and lack instead of putting blessings on what we do have, on all of our wonderful gifts that we have been given by God's source creator. Now, another thing that can greatly help us is to evict the old energies on our phones, getting rid of old apps, getting rid of clothes, getting rid of clutter, getting rid of old paperwork or former limiting language that we used to express ourselves. Only allow that which now resonates with our new elevated lives and what we consciously wish to manifest in those new lives. Opening the door to our new and our next timelines is all about our frequency, and by acknowledging and again taking full responsibility for our former timelines, no matter how difficult, no matter how challenging and hurtful it was, we create space then for forgiveness to enter. Yes, for others, but especially for ourselves. Now, if you do need help with forgiveness, of course, you can book a session with me, Claire Candy Hoff, Angel Ariel, at Angel Healing House. I have those wonderful emotion code sessions where we take an angel's view and we look into your ancestral and generational line to see where those blocks of those lower dimensional energetic versions of us just keep steering our lives, even though we don't know where they're coming from, but the angels and I know where they're coming from. Or there's another thing that you can do. It is by practicing the Hawaiian forgiveness prayer, Ho'oponopono, which is wonderful. And do look that up. By doing so, we create closure with unconditional love and compassion and forgiveness, which then creates space filled with love for the new, higher dimensional timelines built on the energy of love to then manifest in our lives. Also, refine and define now what you're allowing to be input into your bodies, which are trying to crystalline by eating more high vibrational foods, of course, filtered water, and watch what conversations you have and make sure that they are loving, kind, generous, compassionate, forgiving, and non-judgmental. All right, now let's go to our cards to receive some more messages for this coming week. And to start with, the Posse of Angels, my angelic family, directed me to my Gilded Reverie Lenormand cards. I haven't used these in a while. The first card that's coming out for us is the Wishing Well, and it is a number 5. The Wishing Well brings in, yes, fulfillment of wishes coming true. It also can bring in resources and now showing up in magical ways. Unlike, let's say, the Clover card in Lenormand, this which brings us unexpected luck, the Wishing Well is often associated with those things that we have worked very hard for, our hard efforts, our diligent work, and it is saying that it's finally paying off, drawing to ourselves the offers, the opportunities, all of those things, and those wonderful connections that will support us, that will encourage us, and provide those resources to fulfill our wishes. So there is the wishing well. What a fortuitous card to start off with. Then we have the man showing up. Number 28 or 1. 1 is the card of new beginnings. 1 is the card of leadership. Now, with it being a 1 card and the man, now the man could also be a woman. It's a masculine energy. It's not gender specific, but this is a person. The positive angels are explained to me. This is a person who is in their authority. This could be a mentor. This could be an investor. This could be a businessman, very respected and admired in their field. And they'll be coming in with support for us. And, of course, as I mentioned before in the wishing well, with resources. And yes, it could be financial for many of us to step into our new paths and to further the projects that we love and hold so close to our hearts. I'm hearing that for many of us, this will be an opportunity to step into leadership roles ourselves. Now, for those who are wishing for a love relationship, he's holding a rose, and it bodes well to enter a committed, loving relationship. Isn't that beautiful? And for others, this connection is someone who is of the same energetic signature. Now, the Posse of Angels is saying that we have known them. It's very comfortable, this relationship, and we've known them in previous incarnations, and the collaboration will be the coming together on a divine mission for humanity. And they're adding that this could be, it's like a win-win situation for both. And it will be such a wonderful reunion when this happens. So, beautiful card coming in after wishing well. This one, wow. The ring shows up, number 25, lucky number 7. And it's all about commitment. In gem lore, the ruby is a sign of economic stability. And by wearing it or having it around, it assures us good fortune. And now this is our third sign of good luck and good fortune, with the man bringing in the resources that we need for our projects and our heartfelt desires, the fulfillment of that, and also the wishing well. So good fortune seems to be coming up, especially with Jupiter being in Gemini. With it being a message of commitment, it could portend negotiations and signing contracts. Very, very exciting energies around this ring of commitment. Next, well, good luck and good fortune, because here comes the clover, the card of partnership, number 2, the card, the number of partnerships, harmony, diplomacy, balance, and of course, clovers are good luck. In Lenormand, we read the surrounding cards as well, and this good luck card comes next to the contracts and the commitments with the ring. And our next card is, and I failed to, let me just get it out of the deck. I failed to get it because it is a very, very important card, as I remember in this lineup. Just sift through it. And I got another, oh my gosh, when this card came out, and it is the card of bridges. Wonderful. The bridge, number 38, the master number, is a symbol of transitioning from our former karmic cycles, those former lives, to our new lives of service in this new era of light. We're now crossing a divide and opening up to the new possibilities, the new connections, and the new opportunities. It's a card of meeting people. There's a card of meeting between people and building bridges around relationships. And I wasn't going to pull another card. I decided to look at the bottom of the deck, and the anchor card appeared. It signifies prosperity, the anchoring in of serenity, stability, and security, bringing us the anchor for confidence that our hard work has paid off in the long term. Beautiful, 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 anchoring in. It's a symbol of wealth and abundance, and it's the number 8, which is the symbol of money, riches, wealth, and prosperity. Next, I went to a new deck of mine, which is absolutely beautiful. It's called Dream Song Oracle, Angie Sullins. This was the first card that came out. It's not only gorgeously beautiful, but seek the truest self is a number 3, wherever 2 or more are gathered in that higher vibrational God self-creator energy or frequency. Miracles occur. Miracles can only occur to us now if we present the most authentic face to the world. Many in the collective who are about to be seen, about to be offered leadership roles, have experienced life journeys fraught with great, great trauma. And what does trauma have us do? Trauma has us hiding behind masks because it hurts too much to be seen. This trauma then settled into our bones. It created illusions of us not being worthy, not being deserving, not being worthy of recognition, and that we had anything of value to express. We were branded abnormal. We were branded perhaps different. And to escape the pain, we conformed, we people pleased, we did anything to escape the pain of rejection, and we hid behind masks. The crippling fear that many of us felt is not being good enough to receive good things and to experience wish fulfillment. These were all misperceptions out of lies. Now is the time to remove those old masks of illusions through those old stories, those old karmic cycles. Now is the time to present the truest and most beautiful tale of who you are, no matter what you are facing. This new, authentic, fantastic story of you needs to be told to your inner child at bedtime every single night. How you once thought that you were not good enough to receive, but now you know deep in your heart that you are more than worthy of receiving because you are a divine child of God's source creator, meant to receive treasures beyond your wildest dreams and your expectations. So seek your truest self. The next card that came out for us was the number 27. And this one was Leap Like You Mean It. It's heralding a time for when you will be presented with something to take action on. And as the Posse of Angels is showing me that in June, many of us will be busy as busy birds or busy bees. They wish for us to commit our resources, our time, our efforts, and our faith, and trust the universe. Trust God's source creator, and spirit will create the most magical and miraculous path to take us on, to be of best service, not just for ourselves, but for the collective. Once we commit with our hearts to be our most authentic, no longer hiding behind those masks, then providence steps in, bringing in all manner of magical, miraculous circumstances and connections for the most incredible ride of our lives. Now is the time for us to make room for Providence to meet us in unexpected ways. Their advice is to be the wild child now who decided to go for their dreams. Anything is possible. And the third card is Tell a New Story. And the Posse of Angels, and I mentioned this in our first card, Seek the Truest Self, when they suggested to tell our inner child a new fantastic bedtime story. Now the Posse of Angels is assuring us that we are made of starlight. We are made from enchantment and wonder. And stories that by telling ourselves empowering stories, it will increase our energies within. When we dispel all those stories of illusions and low self-worth, and we reinforce new stories, we stand taller. We stand more proud, and we breathe more freely. We express ourselves with greater assurity because we have had the audacity to remember and live from our divine, eternal inheritance. Beautiful. Tell a new story. And it's the Master Builder building our new lives on that new story, number 22. To finish off today, another new deck, Divine Feathers. And these are the cards that came out. Look at these cards. The Bluebird. The Bluebird says you're being gifted with blessings of happiness and peace. These are the karmic rewards from your generosity, your kindness, your efforts, and all of those things that you gave now coming back tenfold or even greater. And there's the Bluebird of happiness to bring in that confirmation. Next, we have this one. And it's the Crane. You will soon enter into a beneficial partnership. Now, what did we speak about? Partnership with the energies of the man coming in our Lenormand deck. Luck and longevity bless this union well. We got luck in the wishing well. We got luck in the clover. We got luck in the commitments, negotiations, the contracts, and the commitment. Luck and longevity bless this union. Wow, so many cards of confirmation. Next card is this one. The Kingfisher. Prosperity is flowing. Have faith that you will receive it in the perfect form. Yes, get out of your own way so that spirit can work in the land of or the energies of unlimited potential, and also in the realm of miracles to bring in that prosperity. And our last one is Goose. Your dreams and desires are calling you to action. Well, the Posse of Angels and I spoke about that time of action. Leap like you mean it. The journey begins today. I hope all of that's been helpful to you. If you want to find more out about my incredible services, my remarkable Angel Healing House healing practice, now in its 22nd year, please do go to my website, which is Angel Healing House, to find out more about my services, to find out more about my remarkable #1 Amazon international best-selling novels. More information is that, and they're all available on Amazon as well. Go out. Please do remember that Walk-In Angel Ariel's Weekly Wisdom is every week on Saturdays. And become a subscriber if you want to receive notification when I upload new videos. And go out, everyone, and fashion that beautiful life for yourself. And I'm wishing you love, and as always, angel blessings. And I am so excited about speaking with you again next week. Take care, everyone. Bye.